Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to attract money effortlessly while others work endlessly and still come up empty? Let me tell you a truth that may shock you. Lack is not always a financial problem. It is a spiritual problem. Poverty is not just the absence of money. It is the absence of vision, belief, and alignment with divine principles. Today, people are drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and feeling as though money is slipping through their fingers like sand. Inflation rises, expenses pile up, and many are left asking, when will my breakthrough come? My friend, your breakthrough does not begin in the bank. It begins in your mind, in your words, and in the spiritual laws that govern money. Think of money like water. It flows towards certain channels. And if your life is not aligned with those channels, you will always feel dry. But when you learn how to position your wallet, your mind, and your actions, money begins to circulate toward you in ways you never imagined. The $10 K-Wallet blessing method is not a gimmick. It is a proven pattern rooted in timeless principles designed to help you manifest money fast by changing the way you see, speak, and steward your resources. I remember a man who once said, "I've never even held $10,000 in my hand." But after learning these principles, not only did he hold it, he carried it in his wallet as a permanent reality. That same possibility is waiting for you. So prepare yourself, because you are about to receive 8 life-changing keys that can shift your financial destiny forever. Type Amen and your city name in the comments, like this message, and share it with someone you love, because your breakthrough could unlock theirs. Every financial blessing begins in the mind before it ever manifests in the hand. Money does not arrive randomly. It is summoned by vision, focus, and belief. The $10 K-Wallet blessing method starts with one principle. You must see yourself carrying wealth before you can experience wealth. If your mind cannot grasp $10,000 in your wallet, your life will never hold it in reality. Think about it. Everything created in this world existed first in someone's imagination. The phone in your pocket was once just an idea in the mind of an inventor. The home you live in existed first as a drawing, a plan, a vision. Wealth follows the same law. If you cannot create a mental picture of yourself as a person who carries $10 K freely, confidently, and consistently, you are unconsciously rejecting the very thing you claim to desire. A man once told me, "I've never even seen $10,000 in my life. How could I ever expect to hold it?" My answer was simple. The moment you dismiss the possibility, you cancel the blessing. The reason most people never experience financial breakthroughs is not because money is hard to come by. It is because they have imprisoned their imagination with doubt. Psychologists call this the law of expectancy. Research shows that individuals who set high financial expectations are more likely to achieve them. A Harvard Business Review study revealed that entrepreneurs who visualized their financial goals daily were 60% more likely to raise capital successfully than those who did not. This is not coincidence. It is alignment. What you constantly picture and believe begins to attract opportunities, people, and resources into your life. Let's make this practical. Take a blank sheet of paper and write across the top, $10 K-Wallet blessing. Now close your eyes and imagine yourself opening your wallet, and inside is a thick stack of bills totaling $10,000. Feel the weight of it. Smell the crisp paper. Picture yourself walking into a store or a bank with that amount in your possession. Hold the image until it feels natural. This is not daydreaming. It is planting a seed. Just as a farmer sows a seed expecting a harvest, you sow this picture into your subconscious expecting a manifestation. A woman I once coached had been struggling financially for years. I gave her this very exercise. At first, she laughed. She said, "I can barely keep $100. How could I imagine $10,000? But she obeyed the principle. For 21 days, she carried a note in her purse with $10,000 wallet blessing written on it. Every time she opened her purse, she whispered, "Thank you, I already have it." Within 2 months, she received a promotion at work with a bonus check, exactly $10,000. She wept, not because of the money alone, but because she realized she had been carrying it in her heart long before it reached her hands. Friends, you must understand, wealth begins as vision. The richest people in history were not those who had money first. They were those who carried pictures of abundance when all they had was scarcity. Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men of his time, was a poor Scottish immigrant who worked for pennies a week, but he constantly told himself, "One day I will be rich beyond measure." He saw it before he lived it, and eventually his vision birthed the U.S. steel industry. So here is the first step of the $10 K wallet blessing method. Program your mind with the picture of financial increase. If you do not see it, you will never seize it. Don't dismiss it as fantasy. Your vision is a magnet. Your expectation is a currency. The picture in your mind is the down payment on the miracle in your life. The second step in the $10 K wallet blessing method is to understand that gratitude is not simply saying thank you when money comes into your hands. Gratitude is the invisible magnet that pulls resources toward you. It is not just an attitude. It is a spiritual law. Many people are broke not because they lack opportunities, but because they are ungrateful for the small resources they already have. If you curse the little, you disqualify yourself from the greater. If you despise $10, how can you be trusted with $10,000? This principle is ancient and eternal. What you honor multiplies, and what you dishonor decreases. Let me make this plain. Imagine your wallet right now. It may contain only a few notes, perhaps $50, maybe even less. Most people look at that and sigh, "This is nothing." But that sigh is a rejection. It is a verbal seed planted in the soil of scarcity. Every time you complain about money, you block its flow toward you. Gratitude, on the other hand, opens the channels of increase. A young man once came to me saying, "I don't know why I can't save money. No matter how much I earn, it slips away." I asked him, "When was the last time you blessed the money you already have?" He looked confused. So I told him, "Take out your wallet. Hold that $20 note in your hand. Speak over it. I bless this money. Thank you for this provision. You are growing, multiplying, and attracting more of your kind into my life." At first, he felt silly, but within weeks of practicing this discipline, his financial life shifted. He became more conscious, less wasteful, and opportunities for side income began opening up. Within a year, he testified that his savings had grown past $10,000. Psychologists call this positive resource framing. Studies show that people who express daily gratitude for their finances not only experience reduced stress, but also demonstrate better money management. The University of California conducted a study proving that individuals who kept a gratitude journal increased their overall sense of financial security by nearly 25%. Why? Because gratitude rewires the brain from focusing on lack to recognizing abundance. What you recognize grows. Now, here is a practical exercise for you. Every morning, when you pick up your wallet, instead of thinking about bills, think about blessings whisper. This wallet is a container of abundance. Every dollar in here multiplies. Thank you for the flow of money that never stops coming. If your wallet is empty, don't curse it. Bless it anyway. Speak as though it is already filled with the $10 K blessing. Gratitude must precede manifestation. One powerful real-life story illustrates this. Sarah, a single mother of 2, was living paycheck to paycheck. She learned the power of gratitude and decided to make her wallet a place of thanksgiving. Each time she received money, no matter how small, she paused to thank God and declared multiplication. Over time, people began blessing her with unexpected gifts. She received discounts, refunds, and eventually a $10,000 grant that allowed her to start her own small business. She told me, "It wasn't the grant that changed my life. It was the gratitude that prepared me to receive it. Let me emphasize, money responds to honor. If you treat it as your enemy, it will keep running from you. But if you treat it as a servant that multiplies under blessing, it will obey. Gratitude is not mystical. It is managerial. When you manage with thanksgiving, you attract increase. So the second key of the $10K wallet blessing method is this. Align your wallet with gratitude. Every dollar, every coin, every deposit. Bless it, honor it, and speak increase over it. Don't wait for $10K to show up before you give thanks. Give thanks now, and $10K will come running. Words are not harmless. Words are forces. They create, they shape, they attract, and they repel. Listen closely. When you say, I'm broke, you are not just describing your condition. You are declaring your agreement with poverty. When you say, I never have enough, you are programming your life to remain in lack. When you constantly repeat, money is hard to get, you are pushing away the very thing you desire. Proverbs says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. That applies to your finances as much as it does to your health or relationships. If you keep speaking financial death, you will live in financial death. But if you choose to speak life, you release the flow of increase. There's a remarkable study done by Dr. Masaru Emoto, who researched how words affect water crystals. He discovered that when water was spoken over with words like love and thank you, the crystals formed beautiful symmetrical shapes. But when cursed with words like hate or worthless, the water formed chaotic, broken patterns. Now consider this. Your body is 70% water, and your wallet circulates through a financial system influenced by energy, intention, and words. If words can change the molecular structure of water, do you think they cannot change the flow of money in your life? AC once knew a businessman who always declared, I'm just trying to survive. That became his reality. No matter how much money came in, emergencies drained it away, leaving him in survival mode. When I challenged him to shift his language, he began declaring daily, I live in overflow. I attract money with ease. I always have more than enough. Within 6 months, he closed a contract that multiplied his income tenfold. He told me, the business was always around me, but my words unlocked the door. Here's a practical step. Create what I call wealth declarations. Take 10 minutes each day and speak directly to your wallet. Say, my wallet is a magnet for money. I carry $10,000 with ease and grace. Money flows into my life in expected and unexpected ways. I honor money, and money honors me. It may feel strange at first, but remember, you've already been speaking words over your money all your life. The problem is, most of those words were negative. Now it's time to reprogram the atmosphere around your finances with life-giving declarations. Think about how athletes train. Before a race, they speak affirmations. I am strong. I will win. I am fast. This isn't random. It's science. Positive self-talk has been proven to increase performance by up to 15%. According to a study in the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology, if athletes can win medals by the power of words, you can win money battles with the same principle. Consider Maria's story. She worked as a cashier in a grocery store and earned minimum wage. Every night she would complain, this job will never get me anywhere. And for years, nothing changed. One day, she decided to flip her confession. She began declaring, this job is my training ground. I am a money magnet. I attract opportunities. Within 3 months, a customer noticed her positive energy, offered her a position in his company, and today she earns 6 figures. What changed first? Her words. The truth is, money listens. It gravitates toward confidence, faith, and authority. When you speak poverty, you instruct it to leave. When you speak wealth, you instruct it to come. So, The third step of the $10 K-Wallet Blessing Method is this. Speak the language of money. Never again confess lack, shortage, or struggle. Instead, declare increase, multiplication, and abundance over your finances every single day. Remember, your words are seeds, and your wallet is the soil. Plant carefully, water faithfully, and soon you will reap the harvest. Money is not meant to sit still. Money is energy, and energy flows. One of the greatest mistakes people make is holding on so tightly to money that they choke its circulation. The $10 K-Wallet Blessing Method teaches us that what you release returns. Multiplied, this is not mere charity. It is the law of circulation. Think of water for a moment. If a river stops flowing, it becomes stagnant, polluted, and lifeless. But when water flows freely, it refreshes, nourishes, and sustains everything in its path. Money follows the same principle. When you hoard in fear, your financial flow stagnates. But when you release with wisdom and generosity, you activate circulation. And circulation always brings multiplication. The wealthiest individuals understand this secret. They give, invest, and share. They don't fear money leaving their hands because they know it is never truly leaving. It is circulating back with increase. Studies confirm this truth. The Charities Aid Foundation found that generous individuals consistently reported higher levels of financial satisfaction than those who kept everything to themselves. Not only did they feel wealthier, but many also experienced actual financial growth because giving opens doors to unexpected returns. Let me tell you a story. A man named James was down to his last $100. He felt defeated and hopeless. Instead of clinging to that money in fear, he made a bold choice. He gave $10 to help a struggling single mother in his community. It seemed illogical, almost foolish, but within days, he received an unexpected freelance job that paid him $500. Encouraged, he kept practicing circulation, giving when led, blessing others, and releasing money with joy. Within a year, James testified that his wallet carried over $10,000 consistently. He said, "I realized money is like breath. If I only inhale and never exhale, I suffocate. But when I let it flow, life returns." Now, let's make this practical. I'm not telling you to throw money away carelessly. Circulation is not waste. It is wise release. Begin by designating a small percentage of every income you receive for giving. It may be 5%, 10%, or more, but be consistent. Each time you give, whisper, "I release this in faith," and it returns multiplied. This shifts your mindset from fear to flow. Another way to activate circulation is through investment. Money multiplies when it is put to work. Instead of letting it sleep in your wallet, find avenues, skills, businesses, opportunities where it can grow. One study by Fidelity Investments showed that individuals who invested even small amounts regularly ended up with six-figure portfolios over time, while those who held back out of fear remained stagnant. Consider this. If you found a golden apple tree and picked all the apples without planting any seeds back, eventually you would run out. But if you eat some, share some, and plant some, the harvest never ends. That's how money works. Circulation keeps your financial orchard alive. I recall a woman named Linda who lived by this principle. Every time she received her paycheck, she divided it into 3 portions: what she needed, what she saved, and what she gave. She said, "I don't wait until I'm rich to be generous. My giving makes me rich." Within 5 years, Linda not only cleared her debts, but also purchased her first home and started a profitable side business. She told me, "The $10 K-Wallet blessing became real the moment I stopped clutching my wallet and started circulating its contents." So here's the principle. Money must move. The $10 K you desire will not come by fearfully hoarding every coin. It will come by aligning yourself with the law of circulation, releasing money with gratitude, investing with wisdom, and giving with faith. What leaves your hand does not leave your life. It goes into circulation and finds its way back to you, multiplied. Many people stop at vision, gratitude, and positive words, but they never see financial breakthroughs because they fail to take action. The $10 K-Wallet blessing method is not only about believing, it is about aligning belief with movement. Faith without action is fantasy. Action without faith is empty labor. But faith combined with action creates manifestation. Think about a farmer. He can stand in his field all day declaring, "I believe in harvest." He can visualize golden wheat fields and speak blessings over the soil. But unless he takes the action of planting seeds, watering them, and tending to his land, no harvest will come. Faith must partner with effort. Wealth works by the same principle. Most people live in financial paralysis because they confuse waiting with doing nothing. They say, "I'm waiting for a miracle," but they never update their skills, apply for better opportunities, start the business, or step out of their comfort zone. Waiting becomes an excuse for stagnation. The truth is, action is the bridge between your $10 K vision and your $10 K reality. Let me share a story. A woman named Rebecca dreamed of financial breakthrough. She followed the first 4 steps. She visualized, practiced gratitude, declared abundance, and gave generously. But still, her income seemed stuck. One day she realized, "I must do something new." She took a skill she already had, baking cakes, and started selling them to friends and neighbors. What began as a side hustle grew into a catering business. Within 6 months, her business had generated more than $10,000. She told me, "The money was waiting for me all along, but it required my action to unlock it." Even Scripture echoes this truth. The work of your hands will be blessed. Notice, it is not the thought of your hands, not the dreams of your hands, not the complaints of your hands. It is the work. Blessing comes upon what you put into motion. Science supports this as well. Behavioral economists have found that people who take immediate action toward financial goals, even small steps, are 40% more likely to achieve them than those who spend months or years only planning. Action builds momentum, and momentum attracts opportunities. Here's a practical step. Ask yourself daily, what is one action I can take today to move closer to my $10 K? It doesn't have to be massive. Small steps compound. Perhaps it's applying for a new client, learning a new high-demand skill, or launching a small online service. Perhaps it's reorganizing your budget so you can save consistently. Each action is a seed, and consistent action creates a harvest. I recall a young man named Daniel who wanted to experience the $10 K wallet blessing. He had faith but no action. He would pray and declare, but his wallet remained empty. When I challenged him to step into action, he decided to monetize his talent for graphic design. He began freelancing online, charging modest rates. Slowly but surely, he built a clientele. Within 1 year, his side hustle had produced $12,000, more than his full-time job, Daniel told me. The moment I matched my faith with action, doors began to open that I didn't even know existed. The principle is clear. Faith must move your feet. Belief must inspire behavior. Vision must translate into steps. Do not wait for the perfect conditions. Action itself creates the conditions. When a bird leaps off the branch, the wind carries it. When you leap with faith, resources rise to meet you. So the 5th key of the $10 K wallet blessing method is this. Activate faith-filled action. Do not just believe, move. Do not just dream, build. Do not just hope, act. The blessing does not fall into idle hands. It multiplies in the hands of those who dare to move forward with faith. One of the greatest mistakes people make in their financial journey is asking for more while being unprepared to handle more. The $10 K wallet blessing method is not only about attracting money, it is about creating a container strong enough to hold it. If your wallet, bank account, or financial habits cannot sustain $10,000, then even if it comes, it will quickly vanish. Blessing without preparation becomes a burden. Imagine a farmer praying for heavy rain but refusing to build channels, dams, or reservoirs to catch the water. The rain may fall, but the water will run off into the ground and be wasted. In the same way, many people pray for $10,000 but have no savings account, no budget, no discipline, no container. And so, even when money flows their way, it slips through their fingers like water through cracked hands. A shocking statistic proves this. Studies show that nearly 70% of lottery winners go broke within just a few years of winning. Why? Because their income increased, but their capacity did not. They had no financial container strong enough to sustain sudden abundance. The same happens to people who receive bonuses, inheritances, or unexpected money. They lose it because they never prepared. So how do you build your container for wealth? Let me give you some practical steps. Create a designated wealth account. Open a savings or investment account where you deposit money specifically aligned with your $10K goal. This account is sacred. You do not touch it for everyday expenses. Every time you add to it, say, "This is my $10K container," and it is filling daily. By doing this, you give your blessing a place to land. Upgrade your wallet. If your wallet is torn, messy, and filled with scraps of paper, you are dishonoring money. Treat your wallet with the same respect you desire from your finances. Get a clean, organized wallet and dedicate it as your $10K container. Every time you touch it, affirm, "This wallet welcomes overflow." Build financial discipline. It is not enough to earn money. You must learn to manage it. Track your spending. Budget your income. Decide ahead of time where every dollar goes. Remember, what you manage, well, multiplies, and what you mismanage diminishes. Let me share a story. A woman named Carla was constantly frustrated that she could never keep money. She prayed for financial breakthrough, but was always in debt. When she learned about the principle of containers, she realized she had never prepared a place for her blessing. She opened a dedicated savings account and started depositing even the smallest amounts, $20, $50, sometimes just $5. Within a year, her account had grown to $11,200. She told me, "I always had the money. I just never had the container. Once I gave it a home, it stayed." Another example comes from a small business owner I coached. He used to mix his personal and business money in the same account, constantly draining his resources without realizing it. When he created separate containers for each, his profits stabilized and grew. Within 2 years, he crossed the $10K monthly income mark. His testimony was simple. Separation brought multiplication. Here is the truth. Wealth is like oil. If you pour oil into a cracked vessel, it leaks away. But if you pour it into a prepared container, it fills, it multiplies, and it can even overflow. The question is not just, do you want $10K? The question is, are you ready to hold $10K? So the sixth key of the $10K wallet blessing method is this. Build the container for wealth. Prepare your wallet. Prepare your account. Prepare your habits. Prepare your discipline. When you prove that you can handle more, heaven and earth conspire to send you more.